Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to my hobby blog. Today I'm going to be talking about episode 5 of season 3 of Wheel of Time, and I am really excited to talk about it because last week was, of course, the Viridian scene, which was the entire episode, which I was very happy with for the most part. And then this episode was like the opposite. We visited everybody, and we all visited like each character for like 5 minutes at a time. And it was just like bam, bam, bam. And I really enjoyed that aspect of the episode. And I guess starting right off, the opening scene with Moiraine in the desert and the Aiel Waste, I guess, before they go to Cold Rock's Hold was fun, if not confusing. I enjoyed the scene. I really thought the CGI was great. I still don't know what exactly she did. Maybe it's just to show the power of the Sarkhanen, which I'm still confused about why it's in this season, because it's much later in the books, but whatever. It's I'm not in control. But I really enjoyed the Cold Rocks Hold scenes. I really, really enjoyed them. I loved the Rand sections, especially where we have this one girl who is the daughter of Ruach. Yeah, Ruach. I keep wanting to say Gaul because I keep confusing them. But she's the daughter of him. And she's talking with Rand like, hey, are you the Kara Khan? Like, my great mother has been telling me that you are. And he's like, yes, I am. And then he, like, just is playful. And he's, like, fun. Like, he's not at all, like, this menacing monster yet that we grow to love in the later books. But I really enjoyed those scenes. And it made me wish that we had more episodes. And I will mention that every single video I do, because I firmly believe in that. I think if we spent more time with each of these locations and characters, like, it would be as great as Game of Thrones, the first half of the seasons, or the series, I mean. And I just really wanted to spend more time with Rand and him, like, in the Cold Rocks Hold. Like, I really love that location. It was different than what I imagined it, but I really enjoyed the way that it was, like, on a big, like, rock formation, but there was chasms within it, and that was really fun. It really reminded me of the Fremen, which is a common I guess parallel that readers make when reading about the Aiel. So I love Dune, so I don't mind it at all. But this was such a fun episode when Rand was on the screen. I still don't really care for him having fun with Lanfear and her telling him that she loves him and all this stuff. It's exactly from the books, but I wish he would not be talking with her anymore because he knows how dangerous she is. And it's really fascinating, the relationship. So I'm very interested to see where it goes. So I don't think it's a negative what's going on. I'm just curious where we're headed with this, because I have a few ideas, and I don't want to go into book spoilers, but there's a few ideas I have that I think would be really interesting for the show to do that's different than the books. Because as I said, I think in the episodes 1 to 3 video, I mentioned how I am okay with about 90% of the changes. There's about 10% of them where either I'm just so confused that I don't like it, or I just straight out don't like it. But I have an open mind. I'm enjoying this season a lot more than season 2, and especially season 1. But this season, I think the only complaint I have is that we just need more time with all of this, because it does feel really fast. And last episode, of course, was like perfectly paced, I thought. And then we see Nynaeve, Elaine, Matt, and Men on the Sea Mistress's ship. The sea folk in the show now, so that's really exciting. We see them channeling, making the boat go faster. That was straight from the books. I really enjoyed that section. I love the banter and the kind of pestering that all of them were doing to each other. That was a lot of fun. We see Matt trying to sort of ignore Men's viewings because she sees him hanged. And he's like, oh my gosh, like, hey, your visions do not come true. Whatever. He just does not worry about it. But then we see that he is actually really worried about it. And that's really fascinating. I wonder how they're going to do this in the show, because Matt not being in the Aiel Waste is totally different than in the books. And I'm very curious. I agree with Rafe that it was a good idea to move Matt from the Aiel Waste to Tenchico so that he can have a more active role. I really like that choice. When the season was announced and I had heard rumblings that he wouldn't be in the Aiel Waste, I was a little upset by it, but now that I'm watching the show, I'm totally fine with it. He is so fun with the rest of the cast members, I really don't care. Overall. And Avienda is there too. No, she's not. Avienda's with Rand, that's right. We get a really fun scene straight from the books where I believe it's Bayer, one of the wise ones, tells Avienda, like, you have to follow Rand and wake up with him every day and go to sleep with him and all this stuff. It's a little different in the books because Avienda's been around a lot longer with Rand than in the show. But that was such a fun section, was Avienda and Rand talking and just everything with the Aiel. I love it. This is an episode where I feel more positive about all of the changes. Well, not really changes, but like everything going on. And I would say that the weakest part of the episode had to be with the Two Rivers. I really enjoyed Maxim, actually, which was a total shock for me. The actor for him, which I am blanking on his name, but he was incredible this episode. I thought his performance was actually really good. And I was really a fan of it. And I liked him and Alana talking with each other about the bond and not really loving one another, but trying to find a purpose. I really enjoyed that. It made me wish that we had, again, more time, because it feels like the scene would have happened earlier in the season. That's kind of where it felt like it should have fit. But like when they first arrived at the Two Rivers. But I really enjoyed that scene. And when the White Cloaks come and fight them, that was really fun. I really enjoyed Fael this episode. She was with Perrin and Bane and Chiad. I'm trying to get all these names straight in my head. And also, there was another person who went with them. Oh, Loyal. Loyal is with them. And I enjoyed that for the most part, but I really disliked Matt's mother in this episode, or what was done with her, because as we see by the end of the episode, Perrin and Co see her body on a stake because she channeled and pushed away Dane Bornhold, which I thought was a really fun change. But then she's just immediately killed. And I was like, oh. It's like we spent no time with this character this entire series. All we knew of her as was this terrible mother to Matt who abandoned her daughters during winter night. And it's just, I wish we had more time with her so we could have grown to like her more. Because her death just did not feel deserved, I feel like. And it just felt nasty, I guess. I just did not like that she was just killed just within one episode. Because I liked her channeling. I didn't mind that. I just wanted, I don't know, it just felt like a cheap trick to me to just kill off a family member of Matt Cawthon just for the viewer to feel something. But again, we haven't spent much time with her. So I just felt nothing towards that. But everything else with the Two Rivers scenes, I really enjoyed. I really want Lord Luke to make more of an appearance in this season, because we're going into episode 6 now out of 8, and he's only been mentioned. And we still have all of the story beats related to Perrin and the Tinkers and everything going on with that from the book. And Lord Luke needs to be a lot more involved in this show, in my opinion, because he is great in Book 4. I think he's one of my favorite villains in Book 4. I'd have to really think about that because there's many great villains in this book series and TV show. But another point that I really, really enjoyed was the Elida scenes. Shoei Agdashlu is amazing. She graces any scene that she is in. She is amazing. I love her. She's amazing in The Expanse. If you haven't watched it, please go watch that for her. All the other cast members are just as amazing, such as Thomas Jane. But anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. But she was really great in this episode. You kind of see her putting some seeds places to kind of put a vote out to the hall and kind of tell them, like, hey, Swan is trying to bow to the dragon and we should be caging the dragon. And this is such a fun, butting of heads between Swan and Elida, because they have a few scenes in this episode where they're sort of arguing about what should be done with the dragon. And towards the end of the episode, Elida meets with the two Black Aja sisters and kills one of them. For the second one, I think it's Joya, Joya. She's trying to negotiate with Swan, trying to get some sort of freedom, protection from the Black Aja. And Elida is trying to get her to say a name of another Black Aja sisters, because there's two that are under prisoner, but with every heart, there's three Black Aja sisters, part of a heart. So there's one missing that they do not know. They don't know anything about. I assume that they're with Leandrin at this point, judging from what I know from the books, but anything goes. And I'm really enjoying that. And there's a gray man that attacks, which was really fun. That was such a shock to me. I was not expecting that. There's just been a lot of gray men, and I'm very happy with that. I felt like Robert Jordan did not use gray men really all that much. So I was fine with that. I'm very happy that the show is putting in more gray men. Although I do miss my boy, Jacob Carradine, as shitty of a person that he is in the books. But that's aside from the point. Matt and Co. arrive at Tenchiko, and that was really fun. I don't think we saw the Wahad just yet, but I'm really excited for that. There's a mention of Ebudar, which is my least favorite city in the entire series. But I'm not going to go into why, because that's later book stuff. And it lasts a while. That'll be my hint to why I don't like it. It lasts a while. That city. I don't like it. But I'm trying to think anything else that happened in this episode that I really enjoyed. I don't really have any complaints with this episode. I wish there was more time dedicated to each episode. I like that it's an hour and 10 minutes about per episode, but it's still we need more time. But I'll take what we can get, I guess. This was such a fun, I guess, chill episode, I guess. Because, I'm trying to think. Again, it just felt like we were getting a lot of progression with many different characters, because we were switching characters every 5 minutes. And another character I forgot to mention is Igraine. She is now learning to be a dream walker and walking through Tel'aran'rhiod, and this is a section in the books that I do not like, actually. So I think Igraine really shows her true colors in some of these scenes, and that's when I really became anti-Igraine in the books. So far, that has not happened in the show, and I hope they don't do that. But book readers will know what I'm talking about. But Igraine is learning Tel'aran'rhiod, and we get this little cheesy but a little sweet montage of her visiting all her friends in the dreams and her smiling at them. It lasted a little too long. I felt like it was getting a little awkward there, where she was just staring at people smiling for 5 different dreams. And at the last one, she sees Rand, and she's like, oh, Rand, smiling at him, whatever. And she sees Lanfear's fingers come, from behind Rand's neck, because it seems like she's making out with him. And it's confirmed that she is, and Igraine is not happy. And then the episode cuts. And that's a good cliffhanger. I'm really excited for that. because this is a section of the books that is really exciting in terms of Tel'aran'rhiod, aside from what Igraine does. But everything with Nynaeve and Tel'aran'rhiod is great in the books, in this book. But I mean, aside from her and Igraine. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what the next episode will be. I hope we get Lord Luke. I hope we get Trollocs in the forest. Because in the episode preview, or the trailer, I mean, there were Trollocs at the Two Rivers, so that's really exciting. That's my favorite storyline in Book 4, I believe. Maybe Rand is my top 2. But yeah, this episode was much better overall than the first 3 episodes, and episode 4, of course, was a league of its own, in my opinion. But I'll give this like a 7.5 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10 at most, or at the least. I don't want to say most, because I felt really good about this episode for the most part. So yeah, that's about all I have in terms of thoughts. I really like the Ooze Cry scene between Moiraine and Lan. That was a nice slow moment. But again, it makes you feel like, wow, we're watching a 13-episode season, but we're actually watching just 8. And it's moments like those that I wish we could get more of with all of the characters, but we don't have enough time, so whatever. I'll just continue being bitter about that, whatever. But thank you all so much for watching. If you're still watching, please have a great rest of the day.